In professional photo shoot. Filled with the clicking sound of a girl talking. Engrossed, imposing for her beautiful beauty. It really makes people admire words. In the distance, there was a young man standing looking at her. Don't take your eyes off your hands. And prepare a cup of coffee. Giving her everything around him like no longer exists. Only her seconds. At that moment, he seemed to be immersed in beauty. Seductive. You imagined that yourself. Walked over and grabbed her hand and hugged him. The other girl placed a kiss on her lap. Kiss her little shoulders and lips, gradually kissing her hand. He held it tightly. That slim waist feels like both. Fire is the calling of photography. It made me wake up, and it was my turn. She left the shooting position and said happily, "It's my sister, remember to take good photos." The photographer gave a sign of peace of mind. Everyone around took turns being jealous. I really admire someone who just debuted. I also want to have a sister like that. Who takes care of me? The goddess's older sister takes care of her juniors like that. Try your best, she said, with this tone, and gently rub his head with his hand. Bend your head down so she can rub it. Then take off your glasses. He smiled gently, thinking silently in his heart. Thank you, I just don't want to see you itchy too. What I want is everything. Of course, no matter what role I play, I will try your best. If you see me acting like it's real is the part. The biggest award for me is still felt when collaborating with a young actor. I'm not too moved. She smiled to me, they are all the same. My younger brother is the new Queen of the Concubine Award. Ma Quan Lan confides about the love story to her age. She was listening attentively. Listened to Quan Lan's interview, heard Quan Lan's call. Get her a shower towel and come back. Look at the pile of bat clothes scattered around below the floor. Feels helpless, but accepts it. Ordered, took a towel for her, and said, with a displeased tone, I said this, it's been 8 years. Why do you still have the habit of throwing things away? Hurry up, Quang Lan doesn't care. Pay attention to his words, and reach out to urge him to have them. I don't know what to say. Why don't you know how to tell a man to get a towel? I think it's a very dangerous thing. Mr. Quan Lan asked again with the same tone, full of teasing. My sister remembers when she was 12 years old. I came to her house crying until my nose was running. Don't think that once you get taller, it's gone. It was her younger brother. So she turned her head to look at him. He rolled his eyes a bit, and then handed me the towel. Quan Lan. She took the scarf and thanked her. She just looked at her hand a little hesitantly. I thought to myself, once I had it, the things you want to have will become yours. How greedy. This is just my little brother Ko. Just wondering why I want to become a turmeric. What is an artist at a modeling photo shoot? The man continuously hugged Quan Lan tightly, not letting go of the satisfied look on his face. Act as a reminder to relax. Don't hold tight. Huanlin did a great job to become a senior. Saw Peter's actions, another whisper. This Peter gossip is good. It's really hard to move your hands and feet. For long time, but still professional. Just try to stand next to it and listen. On the surface, it seems like he doesn't care. Change into a different outfit, and the director shouted seemed dissatisfied. Thinking quickly. Quan Lan breathed a sigh of relief, as if he had escaped a lifetime. Suddenly someone in the group shouted, this is the set. Huang Lan turned around and saw the outfit. Covered in coffee, the director angrily said, let's do it. What is this? How else can I take this photo? Quanlin silently thought not to take the picture. Good. Try just walking to talk. If only taking pictures. Can I replace just the back shadow? In his hand is an outfit of the same color. He told the crew, I have a similar suit from the beginning. This smoothly takes place. Where can I get the coffee you asked me to get? Huang Lan asked. She just calmly replied that she had finished drinking it. What did she ask? Raising her voice slightly and trying to explain again. Softly whispered into her hand. Apologizing for the loss. That's why I want to become an artist. Because I want to be closer to you in my heart. There was a loud and abundant answer. On the cold grave there is now even more ice. The price is not warm at all. On the steel image of a middle-aged couple, look at the picture. Photo of a woman trying to softly call out to her mother. Next to it is a photo of a man and a boy. That you're softly call. 3 of his lifeless eyes, offering salty tears. Mixed with others. Raindrops are pouring down. The young face. Next to it was an argument. No one cares about the affairs of adults. The boy's mind was standing in the rain, cold. Suddenly, the boy felt it was gone. No more raindrops hit him, and he looked up. Then I saw an umbrella covering me. Huang Lan alone was holding an umbrella while talking to them. If you don't take care of me, I'll take care of you. From now on, you will be my younger brother. The boy heard those words extremely uncomfortable. Unexpectedly, the reason I woke up turned out to be just that. A dream about the past that day and he met. He sat up inside. Just tried to open the door and go out. Living room. He was startled by the scene before her eyes. She was lying on the sofa. Above the round table has fried chicken and a glass of soft drink. Next to Huang Lan station is a bag of cake. Pluck the crumbs with your hands still resting on them. The pile of scripts was so overwhelming that she slept peacefully. Without moving, he gently arranged everything. I thought to myself and looked at the script. It was late at night, and it was like someone was bothering me. Good night, sleep. She turned around and hugged herself. The sound of turning around made Ko startled. I'm afraid of waking Kwanwan. Kwanwan, leaning over and about to fall to the ground. Kochi afraid she would fall. He reached out his hand to help him receive it. I realized that my hand touched her chest. Huang Lan's face became red, innocently closing his eyes and talking nonsense. Then she leaned her head on his shoulder and said, "Come here," feeling helpless. I could only sigh. Holding Miss L up, he spoke softly. Later, change it to I can take care of you. Lead tenderly kisses, bored of her memories. Suddenly, images of wedding memories came flooding back. Of Kwang Kin Gwen and Vong Suchi. A little angel was born to his father. Tender happiness holds the baby in her arms. Fast hands several years later, from a child once so happy. Now, it's true. My right, I witnessed every argument my parents had. Every argument that caused. Huang Lan became more and more withdrawn. His eyes became more and more indifferent. And no longer innocent as before. This marriage has gradually loosened. Cracks leave deep wounds in the heart. As the child grew older, Huang Lan became more and more obvious, outstrong and thorny, that makes people. Father saw very dissatisfied, and expressed. It's already uncomfortable. Whatever has happened has happened. The father turned his head to Kwang Kingwen. Also found a new family child. His new wife's son made him very happy in his heart. He wrote a letter to Kwang Lan. Was once walking on the street. My daughter accidentally made eye contact. Kwang Kingwen turned back in shock. Then he immediately chased her from somewhere. A speeding car crashed into it. The man who took that life in moments later. Only the letters remain. To hold that letter in her hand was unbearable. The tears just kept coming. Try to only cry loudly for one session. Jewelry opening exhibition with Pepper. The theme of love and roses at the opening exhibition display. Jewelry for fans couldn't stop shouting excitedly. Kwang Lang, Goddess Chi Chi looks at you. Look at this side. The director is happy. Shaking hands with Quan Lin to talk. Today our product press conference was very successful. Thank you both, he said politely. After working hard, go home and rest well. Huang Lan smiled and replied, thank you, to the beach. She parked the car and stretched her arms. In a refreshing way, say you're finally done. First of the new year had to work. Then try to just stay by your side and repeat. Yes, I said, I like your transmission line. How can this company bring me here? Trying to just say, she suddenly remembered that she was dead. She let it. I forgot the line in the makeup room. Then she waved her hand and told me to get in the car. And wait. First, he looked at her and thought to himself. Fake sister fans just walking down the hallway. Huang Lan came to the humming room suddenly. She heard someone's voice that reminds me of my name. This is not a string. Quan Lin SA heard about it. That's billions of dong that the company donated. Even the girl next to her said contemptuously. After admiring her, she just slept with the boss. Immediately a girl with short hair responded. According to the truth, I heard she slept with her. How many people save a few performances? Looks noble and thwang. Who knows how dirty Quang Lan's back is? I couldn't stand it anymore and pushed my wings hard. The door came in. The door opened wide and banged on the wall. Banged the short-haired girl. Quang, Lan stammered and panicked. The short-haired girl explained that she shouldn't. Misunderstood, so we didn't say anything. Quan Lin seemed not to care at all. Gently put the infusion set on your neck. Then, raising her face, she stroked her hair. Emitting a breath of air. The classy girl with short hair secretly whispers. Thinking that Queo is so beautiful. The other girl is jealous. I hate boasting in my heart. But I'm angry. I'm going to die. That girl is so jealous. Showing all her thoughts on her face. She looked thinking. If I wear that necklace, I can also Quang. Put your hand up. The mirror was so strong that cracks appeared in it, causing the other girl to startle and frighten. Quang Lan raised the phone with a proud look on her face. Just say what you just said. I wrote it down. Then I will help you give it to the boss. Hearing the news, Quan Lan turned away. Don't forget to echo the next time there is discussion. Say it loudly behind your back. I don't. Don't worry, that girl is as scared as anything. What do you dare to do? You can only look at Quan Lan. When she left, she went to the parking lot and saw it. He still stood with his back against the pillar, waiting for her. Huan Lan was surprised and asked her, why here again? I told you to wait in the car. He rolled down his glasses and followed her. Then he took her hand and took it with his other hand. Took out a towel to bandage the wound. Ko pointed carefully, bandage the wound on your hand. If you're not careful, you'll hurt someone. I even cleaned up the traces for Miss Quang Lan. Remained silent and just looked at him, smiling. A Quan Lan Camp shopping center. Put on a shirt and ask for the set. Okay, just thought briefly in my heart. It's a 15-year-old boy's tracksuit, years old. Then he happily replied that she would choose which one. Everything is beautiful, and she suddenly finds herself and a sister. It's getting taller again. Don't you try to just shut up silently. Not responding, blaming myself. Now, just realize that Quan Lan is crazy. Choose countless other items. This one. Hey, and this one. Let's try it all out. There's also a set that suits you, as you just mentioned. Pushing the lead into the dressing room, he was angry. Say this outside, let Quan Lan go. Walk around and look at the things in the distance. Two fans recognized her as her. The girl standing next to her replied that Quan Lan was real. Hey, just finished watching her movie, Quayo. What a great start to enter a shop. Ordinary clothes like this. Quickly take a picture. Surely at the top of the search rankings. Quang Lan just saw someone recognizing her. The fans immediately left and ran away. Oh, she ran, and she quickly ran in. The fitting area opens directly to the aunt's room. It's just that you're taking off your shirt. And you don't understand. No matter what happens, there are fans for you. The top rule of female stars is to escape. Do not show your bare face to the two of you. Tom looked everywhere and hid in the second room. The girl next to me replied, yes. She came in just now. In that room, the short-haired girl opened the door. Tell Lan I'm trying to, just turn my head coldly. When asked what was going on, the two were immediately afraid. I was scared and accidentally slammed the door. Sorry, Quang Long was behind him, leaning into his arms and whispering. It's too dangerous to be discovered, and tried suddenly hugged her tightly and said, don't move, they're still outside the door. Quan Lan heard that and was stunned. Don't you dare move, please lower your voice, company. Just smile, Quan Lin is still there. Be patient and ask. No, I'm still patient.